Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Random Talks, when we talk everything random that you like so that you can practice your listening skills. As usual, with you, I'm Teacher David. Hello. And with me is my incredibly talented and dearest friend, co host, Teacher Carlos. Hello, Teacher Carlos.
Hello, guys. How's it going?
Thank you for being here again, as usual.
Yes, no, my pleasure. It's my
I,
pleasure to be
I,
here with you, brother.
I love working with you, man.
Oh, yes, definitely. I also love to work with you, man. It's been amazing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in today's episode, we actually have something that we are going to introduce for the first time, which is a news rundown. So we are going to talk to you about the latest news that we have had in the entire world globally,
Yep.
and we are going to give you your comments, right?
Yep. This is pretty much a new section that we like to introduce. We are going to be playing around with it. This is very common from us that we are normally talking about recent stuff, things that
Mhm.
we read during the week. And, every time we get news from different topics, either, famous people going around things or things that
Mhm.
happen in the country or very interesting stuff that get us to very interesting topics to develop, right?
Yep,
Here
exactly.
we go.
So we're gonna try to do this, and we would like to hear from you in all of the platforms that we have. So, Teacher Carlos, can you please remind everyone where can they find Columbus
Yes,
Podcast?
yes, definitely. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we are also on TikTok with Teacher
Mhm.
Pablo with amazing content related to English in general, topics like pronunciation, certain hacks for
Mhm.
English that will definitely improve your English. And we are also on Google Podcast and Spotify, remember.
Yep.
So go ahead, share and play it. You're gonna like it.
Yeah, and subscribe.
Of
Let's
course, of
and let
course.
us know your comments. We would love to hear from you. All right. So, how about if we start with the news rundown?
Right on.
All right. So the first one that I have here that I would like to comment is the Ellen DeGeneres show, because I don't know if you guys know that it's finally coming to an end
Yeah,
after 19 years.
no, it's almost. Oh my God, almost 20 years
Yeah,
for a
almost.
for a
Mhm,
TV program. Come on,
exactly.
it's like
Yeah.
reminds me a little bit of it's a talk show, right?
Yep.
So
Exactly.
yeah. The closest that we ever had to a talk show here in Mexico is Otro Rollo with Adal Ramones. That
Yep.
was the closest ones, and I thought it was already very very long or a very old program since it
Yeah.
started.
Before that, yeah, even before that, it has already started.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and now with Ellen DeGeneres, I mean that probably each one of us around the world, probably at least once, we have
Hmm.
seen at least a little clip about
Yeah.
of a program, right?
Hmm. Yep. Yes. And well, she's not going to end this year. Actually, she's going to end it in 2022. But
Oh,
however, that's really big news, because I mean it's coming to an end, and we wouldn't even imagine it to end, because it was such a long running show and such a hit rating show that it had a lot of views.
yeah,
But uh-huh,
it was very iconic.
yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm. For a
That's
lot of years. For a lot
yeah.
of years. And she's also a great example of, I don't know, someone you can say successful in the on TV,
Mhm.
and also for the topics that she handles and all of that, because she's actually a comedian, right?
Yeah, she came from a stand-up comedy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something similar to that. And I remember she was very polemic at the beginning. I mean, I wasn't around when it started. Well, when she started as a
Mm-hmm.
comedian, it was
Yep.
I think it was in the early 90s or late 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And she was very polemic because she was kind of open
Mm-hmm.
about her sexuality and things
Yep.
like that. So it was
Mm-hmm.
kind of polemic back then. Now I
Mm-hmm.
think it's a little bit more normalized that we don't really care about that. She's actually married,
Mm-hmm.
and also the wedding was kind of an interesting topic back then.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what I liked about the program is that she invited people that were becoming viral at that
Exactly.
moment.
Yeah.
I remember she invited the kids that made a video about another guy using white vans.
Hmm.
I don't know if you remember that one.
Yeah. Hmm.
So yeah, and apparently, well, it's like a very polemic person.
Hmm. Yeah.
Really.
And actually, that's what exactly what I was going to say, because the announcement comes just after all of these things that she faced with accusation of a toxic place to work. Mhm.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, I don't know. It's like the cancel culture lately in
huh?
social media and the
Yeah.
internet in general is something like very debatable, at least from my standpoint.
Hmm.
I think that we are nobody to be pointing fingers around
Hmm.
and judging
Yeah.
people, but somehow I mean, it's good that people started expressing what they felt, because
Hmm.
apparently there were situations of, like authority abuse and things like that, right?
Yep.
But I think it's something very common around people that are harassed all the time by the media,
Hmm.
by
Yeah.
paparazzi and things like that.
Hmm.
I kind of understand that.
Yeah. And actually, a lot of people thought that that was the cause because of the show being canceled. But what I have here from BBC is quote from her, and she said, "If I was quitting the show because of that, I wouldn't have come back this season," and that makes sense actually. And she also went on to say that it destroyed her to see everything I stand for attacked. That she had learned that people had anything other than fantastic experience. So I guess it has to be at least some sort of truth to that, because no matter in which point of view you are, sometimes you when you watch that show, you were going to have fun because she was fun at the end of the day.
Yeah, she's a comedian. I mean, and
Hmm.
she was using that comedy punch or
Hmm.
that comedy talent that she had to
Yeah.
complement very well the the program. I mean,
Hmm.
it was like a very nice combination.
Yep.
And also
Exactly.
she had access to many famous people that were.
Celebrities. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, I remember that she started interviewing Justin Bieber since the very beginning.
Yeah.
He
Hmm.
was really young. I mean, we are from the same generation, 94.
Hmm.
And he went on going and going and going. And you can now look at the videos and you can now have like a very nice timeline of some
Hmm.
these people, like Taylor Swift also went several
Yeah.
times.
Hmm.
And yeah, I mean, and also the games that they did.
Hmm.
I remember
Yeah,
that,
lately,
yeah,
this.
people used to go just to like get
Mhm.
prizes sometimes.
Yeah, and I actually have one of the games, the 3-second rule, where you have to say
Oh,
three things in 3 seconds.
I remember.
Uh, I actually bought it because of that, because I like that game so much that I put it into practice with my students.
And heads up. I remember it was one. There
That's
was
another
one.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
with the iPad, and then you like
Yeah.
move it or something like that. That was really fun.
Hmm. Yeah. All right. So what about if we go to another piece of news?
All right, let's go. So, I've been reading about. Well, I've been looking at Twitter and many other social media.
Hmm.
There has been a rant or very polemic allegations
Hmm.
against Kendall Jenner, one of
Hmm.
the
Kardashian family
Kardashian or Jenner
clan.
clan, yeah, because apparently Kendall Jenner announced her new brand of
Hmm.
tequila,
Hmm.
right?
Yep. Yes.
And you probably wondering, well, what's the big deal about it? Many famous people have their own brand of tequila. You wouldn't imagine I mean, probably, I don't know, Sylvester Stallone or somebody like
Hmm.
that. They have a tequila brand. The thing
Hmm.
here is that many Mexicans or many other people were commenting about the fact that probably it was a little bit of cultural appropriation.
Hmm. Yep.
So cultural appropriation is pretty much when you start taking things from another culture that is not yours and is kind of misrepresented, right?
Mhm.
Somehow you don't really know the cultural or the historic context behind all of those things. And it has been opening many doors for debate. And also the thing is that they had an advertisement for it.
Mhm. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, in which uh, she was actually like in a field, like
Immersed, like, right?
yeah, in a
Mhm.
horse, I think she
Mhm.
was, and it was in a field of agaves,
Mhm.
and she was with the workers that do you remember the name? I think it's Jimadores, the ones that
I
that
think.
yeah, I think that they broke up and they do the whole process,
Mhm.
and she was very criticized because she was wearing two braids,
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
right? And they were making very fun memes, like putting the Destilando Amor telenovela
Yeah.
sign, and she would, I mean, like things like that. But
Mhm.
I mean, I wanted to know, what do you think about this? Do you think it's cultural appropriation? Like,
Mm, well, first of all, I will have to say that this doesn't come as a surprise because I don't know if you know that Kim Kardashian, had a similar thing happening, but not because of tequila. She was doing like a brand of a clothing brand, I think,
uh-huh.
in which she named it kimono.
Oh,
So a lot of people were saying that it was cultural appropriation because it wasn't even like a kimono, like a real kimono. It was another thing. So I think that this doesn't come as a surprise that they are having these type of comments because they're like that and they are always in the spotlight
uh-huh.
for not the greatest of reasons. I would say. I would comment.
Yeah, I mean, even bad, advertising,
Advertising,
like,
yeah.
yeah, bad advertising is also good for them,
Yes,
because pretty
exactly.
much many of those of social platforms, what
Hmm.
they concentrate on are interactions, either they are
Hmm.
good or bad.
Yeah.
So what happens with this? You start talking, bad things about the tequila and her. What do? You talk about it. People who don't know
Hmm.
go on the internet and look for the tequila and watch the advertisement, and they are interested in the product itself.
Hmm.
So
Yep.
that's pretty much what marketing is.
Hmm.
And I believe that it could be a little bit of a double standard to criticize her, considering the fact that, for example, Rock Dwayne Johnson, even Nick Jonas from the Jonas Brothers,
Hmm.
who else? The Backstreet Boys, I think that Adam Levine, the one from is it
Around five.
Levine?
Yeah, I think so.
From Maroon 5,
Divine.
yes. They also have a brand of tequila, even AC/DC, the band.
Yeah.
And apparently, you can't say that it's tequila if it doesn't come from the
From the
town
town.
called Tequila,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. It opens up a whole, even George Clooney, bro.
Yeah.
Like, who would tell? I mean, Bryan Cranston and what's the name of this actor that makes Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad?
Oh, I cannot help you
Aaron,
with that.
Aaron, Aaron something. Aaron something.
Uh-huh.
They have a mezcal brand.
Oh, that's right.
I
Yeah,
think that is called
I saw
Two
that.
Brothers or Two
Hmm.
Hombres or something like that.
Hmm.
Even Tesla, come on.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
was called Tesla Quilla or something. Oh my God, even the name is cringy, bro. I mean,
Hmm.
like, I don't really get offended about it because, but the thing is, it's like kind of affecting
Hmm.
the actual tequila enterprise
Consumers,
or
yeah.
business.
Hmm.
We can put it like that. And it's like, I don't want. I mean, if we go to actually analyzing the fact that is cultural appropriation, we could go
Hmm.
like, we are culturally appropriating sushi.
Everything.
Yeah,
Basically everything.
yeah. Who put chipotle sauce
Hmm.
to sushi? We did.
Exactly.
So we kind
Yeah.
of take things from the other side of the world, and there's a term, I don't know if it's used in English.
Hmm.
It's pretty much. tropicalizar.
Oh, yes, that you take
Yeah,
something and you put it into your culture.
we put it like into our culture, and it's adjusted to our culture also.
Mhm,
I mean, it's part of how marketing works, and also
mhm.
capitalism.
Yeah, exactly. And I think because they are such a polemic family, I think that that's it. I
Yeah,
think
their publicity is
mhm,
based on polemic.
yeah, on scandals and everything. So I think that um at the end of the day, the people who are going to decide maybe can be us, right? Because as Mexicans we can claim tequila as ours. So at the end of the day, let's ask, as Marco Antonio Regil says, 100 mexicanos dijeron, let's ask 100 Mexicans what they think.
Yeah.
And also the guys that are listening or watching this podcast, we would love to hear your opinion. So leave it on the comments. What do you think about this? Do you think it's cultural appropriation? How do you feel about that? And maybe if you're gonna try the brand someday.
Yeah, and even like commenting if you ever heard about another cultural appropriation
Mm-hmm.
polemic case, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly.
it's different. It's complete. It hits different. I mean, even Luisito Comunica, the YouTuber,
Mm-hmm.
probably the most famous
Yeah.
Mexican YouTuber,
Mm-hmm.
he came out with a tequila itself that
Mm-hmm.
tastes like tamarind.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right. Interesting.
I think it's called Gran Malo. I think,
Mm-hmm.
and it was criticized also, but he allegedly talked that he was helping. He bought some, he bought part of the tequila. It's not a project of himself.
Mm-hmm.
He was helping with the marketing, with the name, with the branding, and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. There you go.
Okay. So before we continue as well, we would like to shout out to Mirasola Studio, who is watching the podcast constantly on Facebook, and as well as Judith Diaz. So thank you so much for being
Thank you very much,
such
guys.
a great fans of the podcast.
Yeah, thank you for the support, guys, and uh, uh, very nice,
We
heads up
appreciate
for
it.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciation, and we really appreciate your participation in this.
Yeah, thank you. So moving on to the next piece of news, I would love to ask you, Teacher Carlos, do you like superhero movies?
Oh yes, yes, it's probably on my my bucket list
Mm-hmm.
whenever I don't find anything to watch on Netflix.
Yeah.
Ironically,
Mm-hmm.
considering that there's a lot of things to watch,
Yeah.
but they're probably my go-to.
Mm-hmm.
Not most of the time, but very often are my go-to if I don't find. Probably the first Iron Man is
Mm-hmm.
my favorite one, probably
Yeah.
because the nostalgia,
Mm-hmm.
2008.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so maybe you're gonna be so excited with this next news because Marvel has released finally the first trailer for the Eternals movie that is going to
Oh,
come out this year. Actually, in the autumn of this year, is gonna come out, and we have a lot of big names in that movie, like starting with our fellow Mexican Salma Hayek is gonna appear in the movie. We have Angelina Jolie. So they finally convinced one of these greatest Hollywood stars to be on a Marvel
yes.
movie. um, we have also the guy from,
Game of Thrones.
yes, from Game of Thrones,
Yeah, I think
exactly.
they're both of them. Both
Yes,
two.
Richard Madden. We have Richard
Yes.
Madden, and we have
Kit
oh,
Harington.
what? Keith Harrington. That's
Yeah,
exactly. Thank you.
yo, that guy is so handsome, like for real.
Hmm.
For real. It's probably one of the most handsome men that I've seen in movies. Like,
Hmm.
dude, and that cast sounds expensive. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, another
Yeah, kind
thing.
of. I mean, like just to mention Angelina Jolie, bro.
Hmm. Exactly. And well, you may be wondering, or some people that are listening or watching, who are the Eternals? Well, let me tell you that the Eternals are a group of immortal beings that have been on Earth for around 35,000 years. So imagine that all of the action that is going to come down in 35,000 years of history, of human history. So yes, supposedly these Eternals have been helping humanity without like interrupting so much, and well, we are going to see what they are up to in this upcoming movie. So, are you excited about that? Did you know that the a little bit of the movie?
I've heard about it. I've heard about it. But once I started looking at the cast, I went like that. This is gonna be interesting. Actually, I
Hmm.
was looking at the whole list,
Yeah.
and I mean, you have already the main characters, the ones that are going to be the actual Eternals, right?
Hmm.
But some of them are not put like into the the context of the Eternals, right?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
some of them are not going to be the Eternals, but they are going to be in the movie. So I'm wondering, what
Yeah.
about if Kit Carrington
Exactly.
is the villain or something like that? That's what
Hmm.
I'm thinking about. And the
Yeah.
thing about superhero movies is that I worry a lot about villains. Villains are my thing.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
since I was a kid, I'm more a fan of villains
Hmm.
than heroes.
Yep.
So pretty much villains give purpose to heroes,
Hmm.
not the other way around if you think about it,
Yeah.
right? Or
Exactly.
depending on, I mean, but yes, and I saw that there's also Millie Bobby Brown.
I heard something about that, but she's not officially like in that. Well, we haven't seen that, right? But maybe at the end of the day, she's gonna come out and say, "Oh, you know what? Yes, I'm gonna be in the movie," but we still don't know. Yes. And another interesting fact about the movie is that it's going to be really, really diverse because we are going to have genders, different genders. We're gonna have different ethnicity backgrounds. We are going to have the first openly gay superhero in the Marvel universe,
Is it
Marvel Cinematic. Yep. Hmm. We're
open?
gonna have it.
Is it the first time? Yes, yes, it
Openly,
is.
yes. At least openly, yeah.
Oh my God, this is cool. I mean, yes, this is perfect because this kind of inclusion is very important. I've been playing a game called Apex Legends,
Hmm.
and there's probably one of each character has different they are part of the community,
Hmm.
the LGBT community, but there is not mentioned, it's not something like relevant
Hmm.
or that changes something about the gameplay. It's like it is, and it is not mentioned. You pretty much can tell because of the pronouns that they use, or even the comments that they do. For example,
Hmm.
there's a non-binary, there's a gay character, and it's not represented like the archetype or a very bad stereotype
Hmm.
about any letter of the community. But I think this is very important. This is remarkable.
Yeah.
It kind of gives
Representation.
me vibes from Power Rangers. I don't know about you.
The suits, right?
Yeah, they're
Hmm.
colored. We have a blue one, a red one, a
Hmm.
purple,
Yeah.
a greenish one. So it gives me Power Ranger vibes.
Yeah, and I'm actually really excited because to see the costumes of the movie because the ones that we can see on the trailer, to me at least, they look really, really appealing. So it's going
Yeah,
to be interesting to see what's exactly in the movie.
it is a big part of Marvel movies. I mean, the costume design. I
Hmm.
mean,
Exactly.
respect. Shout out to the people working on the costume design
Hmm.
on all of that, because I mean that's where the actual power or the real feeling of a superhero comes from the
Hmm.
suit. Let's not
Exactly.
go so far. I mean, like, we have Iron Man from that, and we are also, I mean, probably one of my favorite costumes
Hmm.
is Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's really
like,
good.
for real.
Uh,
It's
What
like,
I what I like about them is that they take like the original comic character and the
uh,
costume and they try to fit it into their like real world, right? That's what's really interesting to me that they can adapt a little bit the comic costume to put it into reality.
yeah, and you know something? Uh, well, counting right now, we have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight,
A
nine.
lot of people in there.
I mean, and normally when we have a Marvel movie,
Hmm.
it's like focused on one
On one,
superhero.
yeah.
Now it's like a group of superheroes,
Hmm.
and I'm pretty thrilled about knowing how they're going to be able to manage this,
Yeah.
because they have to they normally follow a timeline,
Mm-hmm.
or a circle of a character concentrating in it. So now you have several, and you have to develop probably each one of
Yeah.
them
Mm-hmm.
and put it into at least 2 hours of movie if it's going
Yeah.
to be that long.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it sounds interesting. And also, yeah, we already need a Marvel movie in our lives after
Yeah.
the pandemic. We need the excitement about it, like
Mm-hmm.
going into like that's that's needed.
Yeah. So let us know, everyone, what you think about this new Eternals movie. And if you haven't seen the trailer, go ahead to YouTube and watch it right now to see all of those big stars on screen again. So let us know in the comments. Are you excited? What do you know about the Eternals? We would love to hear your comments.
Yes, yes, and definitely, of course, share with your friends, share with your parents, your classmates, even talk about with your teachers about the
Exactly.
program.
Hmm.
Tell them, hey, guys, I saw this. They were mentioning this and that. It helps us a lot. And also comment, make your comments. We can talk about them, and we can also give you a shout out.
Exactly.
Like the girls that we mentioned before, right?
Hmm. Yes.
Who are Mirasol Astudillo and Judith Diaz.
Hmm.
Shout out to you again. Thank you for
Thank you
watching,
so much.
of course. And there you go.
Hmm. Yeah, maybe we can do another part of the news rundown
Yeah,
another
this is
time.
very interesting. I like to do this. I actually like to do like to give you, heads up about what's going on. It's pretty very, very interesting.
Yeah. All right. So there you go, guys. Thank you so much for being with us this episode. Don't forget to follow us on every social media, which Teacher Carlos is going to remind again, please.
Of course, we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we are on TikTok with Teacher Pablo with amazing content.
Great,
We
great
are
content.
also, yes, we are also on Spotify. Remember to listen to us,
Hmm.
share it also. And we are on Google Podcasts where you can
Hmm.
find it, and it's very well arranged. Like you can
Yeah.
find all of the results if you look for us as Columbus School BCS.
Hmm.
You're going to find all the lists, and you can go one by one and also put it into your social media. You can share it on Facebook or any of your social media. It'll help us a lot.
Yeah, exactly. And don't forget to subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube
Oh
and
yes,
leave a comment
of
the
course.
on the comment section below.
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
always checking.
So thank you so much, Teacher Carlos, for your time and for being here with me as usual. And we hope to hear from you guys soon. And we are going to return next week with a new complete episode.
Thank you guys. See you on the next one.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.